It's turned on? Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, we're
Yeah,
great.
so the green light in front.
Yep, we're
And
great
then-
now.
new one.
If you start hearing some feedback,
Hello.
you gotta turn them off and then turn them on whenever you have to
Oh,
speak.
okay,
You will have.
Because sometimes there will be, sometimes there won't.
okay.
So,
are we singing?
We're gonna
yes.
sing.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and start the meeting. Thanks, Sarah. We can-
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock. Roll call.
Mrs. Bond,
Here.
Mrs. Duff,
Here.
Mrs. Gay,
Here.
Mrs. Grooms,
Here.
Mrs. Harlow.
Here. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes from our last meeting?
Yes.
Any changes or corrections?
No.
Okay, hearing none, we'll just approve them as submitted. Okay, and we'll,
We need to call to nominate a new chair.
I nominate Sylvia Harlow to be our new chair.
I'll second that.
Mrs. Duff,
Yes.
Mrs. Gay,
Yes.
Mrs. Grooms,
Yes.
Mrs. Bond,
Yes.
Mrs. Harlow, abstain.
yes.
That passes 4. Nothing, and then we need to nominate vice chair.
Pardon me?
Nomination for a vice chair.
I nominate Patty Bond, vice chair.
I second that nomination.
Mrs. Gay,
Yes.
Mrs. Grooms,
Yes.
Mrs. Harlow,
Yes.
Mrs. Bond,
Yes.
Mrs. Duff.
Yes.
Okay,
Who is
thank
it?
you.
Keeping it all the same. I guess we get right to business.
All right. Well, first I want to go over update on the vision plan and the splash pad. The splash pad is moving forward at a pretty good pace right now. We had a really productive meeting today on the splash pad. So we have 4 concepts that they gave us. Of the 4, we kind of like 2 of the 4. So what I will do is when I'm done here, I will send you all the email with the attachments of the 4. Now, when you're looking at it, it's an aerial view. So you're not gonna see. There's no like 3D renderings or any of that kind of stuff. It's just an overhead view of what the layout will look like in the 4 concepts that they gave us. The first concept, when I send them to you, I'll type in some stuff in there too. And I believe Mike Slagle from Kleiningers did. But number 1, the first concept they gave us is the one that we liked the most. Number 2 was okay. A lot of parking, a lot of bulky parking in it. You'll see the parking lot. Number 3, the splash pad design was more like a playground and splash pad combined. Didn't really care for that too much. And then option 4 was a nice one as well. Trying to keep the sports stuff together along then keeping the splash pad, the playground, and all that area together. So, but that design, if we could take a little bit of that one and a little bit of one and put them together and combine them together, I think we'll have a really good concept of the whole entire layout of what Aura Everett's Park will look like. So yes, we did the vision plan, and that was the whole entire broad aspect of our parks district or parks department. This concept is literally of Aura Everett's Park and the Civic Center and what's around it. So when you're looking at it, it's literally the south side all the way around towards 75 basically, and then up to where the basketball court is. So I think what the Kleiningers done, I think we picked the best company to do this for us because it's really nice. So at least this layout. So after we decide on one, we are going to have a meeting on March 3rd, which is a Tuesday. They're going to be here on site, and we're going to probably get into some more higher level review stuff as far as costs for the splash pad, the building, and all that. So one thing that I've been thinking since this has happened, since I looked at this whole entire thing, so when you look at our vision plan, the vision plan kind of pieces a little bit here of Aura, and then next year's a little bit at Wax, and then the next year's a little bit at Deer Meadow, and we're sprinkling in a park, neighborhood park here and there. But when you look at this design at Aura Everett's, I don't know if that's going to work out very well. Piecing these together, I think we need to probably finish Aura Everett's, do Aura Everett's and get that done in its entirety instead of doing the splash pad in an outside building and then coming back to do more to it in 2028, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense of how it's breaking down. So, like, I don't, the amphitheater in 2027, like, I want to finish Aura Everett's Park, within the next couple of years instead of starting Wax Park, and then instead of doing stuff at Deer Meadow, instead of puzzle piecing it together. I think we need to probably let's just knock Aura Everett's out because it looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, and we'll completely redefine that whole entire building and that whole entire park, and let's get it done because there's a lot to it when you look at it. I'm talking sidewalks and parking lots and playgrounds, and I don't want to come back in 2028 and put a playground in, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to have a couple talks with Mike and Annetta probably about some of the capital budget stuff we put in for this year for putting in a restroom up at Deer Meadow. I know it makes sense to do. But then when you're looking at what we're wanting to do at Aura Everett's, we probably want to just knock Aura Everett's out and then tackle Deer Meadow in a whole nother year by itself, okay? Or 2 years or however long that takes. So yeah, there's a lot of things that shifted after seeing this today because there's a lot that's going to go in over at Aura Everett's, and it's going to look nice. All the way to Dia put the front of the Civic Center in today into ChatGPT, this AI generated stuff, and it spit it out. And I was shocked at how nice, if we could do that, how nice the Civic Center could actually look. Not saying it doesn't look nice now, but it is old, it's run down, it needs an update and a facelift. And I can send you that picture too, because it would blow you away. You'd be like, man, it can actually look like that. And I think it could, because it looks very nice. So I will send you guys an email with some of these concepts and then what the front of the rec center or the Civic Center could actually look like. So, like I said, a lot of cool things going on, a lot of things moving. But with the vision plan, like, I think we may need to kind of tweak it ourselves to how we operate here as the city, not how Branstad or Carroll put it to necessarily together, if that makes sense. So it sounds good in theory to, do a little here, do a little there, do a little here, but then when you really look at the whole design of what could happen over there, it's like we probably need to, let's just focus on that Aura Everett's Park, get that done in its entirety. Let's focus on Wax Park or Deer Meadow.
Could there be multiple things going on at two different places?
There could. It's just going to be it would be costly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of looking at it this way, is because the cost, I think, it's going to be eye-popping to some of our council members, I have a feeling. So nothing that we weren't expecting to happen in the next 10 years.
Correct.
Right. But it could all be like coming front loaded to get it all done. So,
Okay.
so yeah, what we have budgeted this year for capital improvement, maybe asking if instead of using it for Deer Meadow, maybe using it to put the playground in. So don't put the outhouse or the outdoor bathrooms in at Deer Meadow, even though we need it, we want it. But I don't know if it makes sense right now to put in a splash pad and then wait a year or two and then put in a playground
Yeah.
at or Everett's. So I think it's something that we need to maybe have a further discussion with council about. But the way it's looking, it's like it needs to probably try to get done all at the same time if we can, or at least within the next 2 years. So
Is it going to affect the school up there, Eddie?
actually, what it would do is it would probably be more enticing for them to come over to the park. It would aesthetically and looking out the windows, if I was a kid, I'd rather look at what we're wanting to put in than what's currently there right now. So it would maybe entice them to come over more. They got their own stuff, but they still come over to the Civic Center and come in there and do things. But maybe they'd be apt to maybe a different kind of a partnership with them that we could unfold. So I know one thing I've reached out to them to ask until the parking gets situated is when they're out of school, if we could promote that you can park there at that school while they're out of school. I wouldn't do it while they're in school, obviously, but while they're out of school in the summertime, if we could use that as additional parking for the splash pad. So
Where's the opening to go in there? Where is that now? For the park or
yeah, I hit the button.
the entrance to the park? How can you get to it from the plat? Will you be able to?
Yeah, so that's the goal. So they asked us in 2 meetings ago about a nicer ability to come into the park from the neighborhood, and I thought it was a great suggestion. And so they are definitely adding that element into it. So
What street will it be?
was it Holman?
Cadillac, Home?
yeah.
That's where the school is.
Yeah, so it would be. Well, you'll see when I send you the concepts. Yes, you'll see that in there. You'll see a drive go all the way through, or the first concept that we have. It would be like almost like a cul-de-sac, like we have there now, but it's going to come out farther and be more of a round cul-de-sac with like an island in the middle. So it's not a cul-de-sac like a cul-de-sac that you can't turn a truck around in. It'd be more of a drive-through type thing. And then that may, in phase 2, would connect to a parking lot, a little parking lot down that way. Then you can exit through Holman as well. So I think that was in that design. So, yeah. So, yeah, there'd be access from the plat, nicer access to coming into the playground or into the park from there. So, yeah, we're trying to put some emphasis on that because, I mean, what is it now? Just cul-de-sacs into a walking path, I think is all it is, or you just got to walk into the park. So there's nothing really nice or aesthetic looking about it.
Will the walking path still be there?
Yeah. Yep. So that's kind of my update. If there's any other questions, I will send you guys that information so you can kind of look at it. And if you have questions, you can ask me, call me, and I'll try to do my best to help explain it to you. This just happened today at 11 o'clock. So a lot of information thrown at us today. So good information, great information, but I think we're on the right track though. So that's all I have for that. If anybody has any update or questions. No? Okay. Next is the Easter 2026. I think we kind of went over this last time, but I just want to read it as we get closer to it, because I think, we won't have another meeting before then. So the adult Easter egg hunt is going to be March 20th over at Aura Everett's. That will be, March 20th, starting at 8 p.m. We'll have a DJ, bunch of prizes, bunch of eggs, candy. Be a good time again. It was really nice last year, really popular. My hope is that the weather is nice still. So that's always the goal, especially at 8 o'clock on a mid-March night. You never know what you're going to get, but so there's that. And then the community egg hunt will be March 28th, and that'll start at 10 a.m., and that will be at the rec center. That'll be at the Payne Rec Center. So it will start at 10 o'clock and be over by 10:03. So
Yeah.
that's the best part about that event. So, we got prizes for that, prize eggs, all that kind of stuff, baskets. We haven't got bikes in the last couple of years like we used to do. I think someone donated those, but we haven't got those in a while, so we're not doing the bikes. But Dia's got a really good grasp. Her and Kelly and part-time staff have been working on that and stuffing. What is it? 8,000 eggs or something like that. So yeah, their fingers are getting tired, I'm sure. So,
Wow.
yeah. Any questions on Easter? All right. And then the 2026 special events calendar I gave to you, I think I gave to you last time. Dia came up with these. It's a really cool thing you can give to whoever. I got 5 extra here, so I can hand them to you all. Give them to your friends and family and all that. But it's pretty packed year. It is the 250th, so we are going to do a couple extra events for the 250th. We don't have that out I guess we got a couple things on here. Dia's going to do a Patriots Day event, I think, where we're going to take in flags, American flags, and get them to where they need to go to burn them correctly and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have a couple cool events throughout the year for the 250th, and then the fireworks show obviously is going to be the big hit again, and it will be a 2-day event. It will be July 3rd and July 4th. So it'll be a Friday, Saturday. Friday we will have Hotel California, which is an Eagles tribute band. Yeah, so they're gonna be really good. The stage that we rented this year is gonna be a bigger stage. I think I rented the jumbotron that goes on it too, so we'll be able to put some advertisements up there, kind of promote Moraine, and if anybody donates or whatever, we can maybe get their names up there and stuff. So yeah, the biggest thing we're kind of getting caught up with that is the food trucks being a Friday into a Saturday. Do they stay the night? Do they leave their trucks there? Do all these kind of things? So we're really thinking about bringing food trucks in maybe Friday. I know Nick can maybe speak on that a little more.
Yeah, so back in October, we updated our city ordinances regarding food trucks. So they do have to go through a process and fill out an application and provide needed documentation. So Brent Carpenter and I have been working with Dia and Chandler on making sure that everything that they supply over is correct and valid and legal, and that way we have the proper needed information for the food trucks to be there. There is quite a bit of work that goes into regulating food trucks, and so especially with community events and public events, we just want to ensure safety and everything. So that's all I have regarding that. Thank you, Brent.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, so that hopefully doesn't become an issue with some of the food trucks that we've tried to get in the years past, but I think we'll be fine, and Friday night should be good. Now, we didn't do really like the drone show like I thought we might because of how expensive it is. 100 drones was like $30,000 to $40,000. It's like $300 to $400 a drone. And then when you look at 100 drones, you're really not getting a good picture. It's like a TV. The more you got 2,400 drones, now you can really do some crazy cool pictures and stuff. But 100 drones, I didn't think for $30,000 to $40,000 was worth our while. So we'll have Hotel California. We're doing a trampoline event. I think that's what it is, where yeah, they're gonna come in and jump wildly on trampolines and do all kinds of fun stuff. So we got that. We've been looking for rides, carnival rides, but man, they're either outrageous or they're janky. They're not very good. So we don't want to do that either. We don't want to waste money on that. So we're trying to couple other options, but we'll have all the inflatables again, and they're all American themed. So to go with the 250th, so that'd be pretty cool. And it should be maybe a little bit bigger of a fireworks show. And hopefully it's not 30 minutes. I mean, that was great. Don't get me wrong, but that was a long fireworks show last year. I loved it. I thought it was great once I'm in the moment because I've been there all day, so I get to finish with that. But it should be about a 25-minute show this year. So
Is there a band on July 4th?
yeah, it'll be Stranger again.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you. And then. And then all this other stuff that's in here for the special events will obviously be in the messenger.
Okay.
We'll make sure it's all relayed into the messenger. So, any other questions on that? All right. Anything open discussion wise? Anybody have? All right. I don't either. So, next meeting I have is April 21st, 2026. At 5 o'clock? At 5 o'clock?
Yep.
All right, that's all I have.
Okay.
Any questions or anything?
Nope.
No? Okay, hearing none, we'll just adjourn the meeting at 5:21.
I'll take one more. Thanks.
I've got a lot of people.